Hello, Centralia. I'm Shane Lothar.
And I'm Rachel Roddy.
And this is Centralia on Air. Thank you so much for joining us. Last week on the show, we had Derek Burwell from Kaskaskia College in studio. Derek came by to talk about KC's paramedicine program. Hey, speaking of paramedics, did you know paramedics tend to be some of the most superstitious coworkers you'll ever meet? Lots of EMTs won't utter the words slow or quiet on the off chance they jinx themselves with a terrible, crazy, hectic shift.
Can I tell you some other people who don't do this? Firefighters.
Oh, yeah.
Cops.
Oh, yeah.
News reporters.
Hello.
You can also get pegged as a dark cloud. The person no one wants to work with on a shift because the worst things seem to happen while they're working.
The old 5-car pileups every time Rachel's on shift.
Right. Oh, that'd be awful.
So apparently, as dangerous a job as this can be, paramedics and EMTs running to all these emergencies, saving people's lives, actually the most dangerous part is just getting there. Ambulances, turns out, aren't really that safe. It's just a big old aluminum box on wheels. And paramedics usually aren't strapped down like the patients are.
Also dangerous, the siren.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
A little too loud.
Oh, yeah. I've heard it's basically just as loud inside the truck as outside.
Some sirens inside the truck say you're supposed to wear hearing protection.
Oh, really?
And do you think they wear hearing protection?
Oh, no.
Nah.
When I rode in the ambulance, they didn't have the sirens on.
Oh, that's good. So you didn't get to hear it.
Uh-uh.
What'd you say? Make a right. What are you doing tonight? Woo, woo.
Oh, my.
Anyways, that was last week. But this is this week.
That's right. On today's show, we have Kevin in studio, also known as Rich Ones. He stopped by to talk about the upcoming comedy show, which is being held at the Centralia Cultural Society. All right, Kevin, thank you so much for being here today. Kevin is here to talk to us today about the upcoming comedy show at the Centralia Cultural Society on February 9th. Now, Kevin, I hear you have a stage name.
Rich Ones.
Yeah.
Rich Ones. Richones.
Tell us how you got that.
Okay, so initially my name started off as Finna Be Rich, just trying to speak into existence, wealth coming into my life and being successful in the entertainment industry. And I used to go to Arizona Joe's, and one of my friends, DJ Blaze, also known as Mark Hamilton, who DJs at Arizona Joe's, used to always say, Rich Ones, Rich Ones. Actually, the name, I had my Finna Be Rich Facebook page. They put me in Facebook jail. So,
they did.
So I had to come up with a new name quick to get my page back up, and I just decided on Rich Ones. So when I would come in Arizona Joe's, instead of him saying Finna Be Rich, he would shout out my new page, Rich Ones. And so I was like, why did he ever call me Finna Be Rich? And then I just thought about it. I was like, well, Rich Ones does have less syllables. It has a better sound to it. And then I just thought about, it does play off the name jokes somehow. When you tell a good joke, people say, oh, that's a rich one right there. And it just stuck. I really, really, like the name Rich Ones, as it associates with my comedy and things like that. So actually, Mark Hamilton, DJ Blaze gets the credit for naming me Rich Ones.
Okay.
That's nice. And like you were saying, hey, words are power.
Words are power.
You can speak things into existence.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about this comedy show.
Right.
Where, when, time, tickets, all that. Give us
February the 9th, Centralia Cultural Society. Shout out to the Centralia Cultural Society for opening the doors to comedy. I made history in my hometown, putting on the first comedy show there. November the 23rd, the day after Thanksgiving, I did a show called I Owe the World Some Laughter with myself and 4 other great comedians. We had a great time. The venue didn't sell out, but for my first show, it was great. I had over 110, 115 people, from the community come out and support, and I really appreciate that. This show is my second show, February the 9th, once again. It's called Grown and Silly. And so I have 3 comedians coming out of St. Louis. One who was here before, her name is Miss Purdy B. I'll also have a great comedian named Precious J. Dorsey, as well as Tommy Dangerfield. Now, these people have opened up, for, some of the greats that come through St. Louis, the Mike Epps, the Tiffany Hadish's and things like that. And we just meet in open mic areas, you know what I'm saying, and where people do open mic comedy events and socialize and say, hey, would you like to come do a show? And, so that's how you get the people to come to the show. But yeah, February the 9th, Centralia Cultural Society, Grown and Silly.
What time does it start?
It's actually 2 events within one event. So there's a pre-show.
Okay.
And then there's the main show. So be there at 7. The doors will open at 7. The main show will probably start around 8:15, somewhere around there. Get there about 7. You can get tickets at the Outback in Centralia, Illinois, on North Elm Street, across from the Family Dollar in North Elm Street. Tickets are $15 in advance. If you get them now, if you wait to come to the door, it's $20. Like I say, I'll be hosting the event. Tommy Dangerfield will be the headliner. And the show will feature Precious J. Dorsey and Miss Purdy B. There's the pre-show prior to the main show with a good friend of mine named Tim Loss. He's a local comedian. He's done over 50, 60, maybe 100 shows, in his career. He's a local great comedian. Actually, the guy who gave me my first start in comedy, my first opportunity to showcase my skills. But he'll be hosting the pre-show. And basically what I'm doing with the pre-show is giving local artists an opportunity to perform in front of a crowd and put their music and their arts out there. And so we have 3 local acts, actually an act from Carlisle by the name of DOE. There's a term now that the youth are using that says we're dripping on them, or they've got that drip, or it kind of associates with sauce or having swag. And so DOE stands for dripping on them, meaning they have that swag. They have, they've got class and things like that. And they're from Carlisle. And then we have a local group, Nico Wavy, as well as Dre Baby. And so they're going to come and perform a couple of their songs. And then nephew, a friend of mine, and my friend's son, I consider him my nephew. Yeah. His name is D-Lo. Okay. D-Lo the Boss. And he's actually grew up in St. Louis, but he's also from Centralia as well. And so they're going to come perform music at the pre-show. It's an opportunity for the youth.
Yeah, they're young, right?
Yeah, they're young. Yeah, they're all under 25. So, it's an opportunity because we don't have any venues here in Centralia for them to showcase, their musical talents and to have the opportunity to perform in front of a crowd. And that's what I want to do, is really reach out to the 21 to 25-year-old demographic and give them an opportunity, to come have fun with some people who are older than them, be grown and silly with us. Let's have a good time, and let's make sure the night ends on a good note. And give these kids an opportunity to perform in front of a crowd, because I enjoy it, and I know they'll enjoy it as well.
So, Kevin, you're hosting, you're emceeing, right?
Yeah, I'm hosting.
Did you leave a little slot for yourself in there somewhere?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
When you hosting comedy, there's always that 10 to 12-minute slot. You don't do more minutes than your headliner. Your headliner gets the most minutes. My headliner probably go 30-plus minutes. And then the acts that are featured will probably go anywhere from 15 to 20. But the host does a little, 10 to 12-minute, set. So I'll do a 10 to 12-minute set, and then I'll introduce the performers and things like that. But yeah, you definitely have to perform. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get started in comedy? When did you first know you were funny?
I'm just the Dozens. It's the Dozens. I don't know if you guys heard of the Dozens, but the Dozens in the African American community, you have what's called the Dozens, the yo mama jokes. Okay. Your mother hair is so short she could roll it with rice. Those your mother's so fat she could do a backflip and get stuck. And just silly things like that. That I would do with my friends when I was young. But I always felt I was funny. I was always told that I was funny. I rarely lost one of those battles going back and forth with people. I was always one of the best at it. And so this actually, my comedy career, which is still budding, actually came about from Tim Loss. So I was at work, and I got to, how people want you to like their page. So he wanted me to like his Tim Loss comedy page. So I immediately got in his inbox and started going back and forth with him, and he wasn't really wanting to go back and forth. But he says, I said, hey, if you ever do a show here, I would like an opportunity to open up for you. Just give me 3 or 4 minutes. He's like, well, I got McGuire's. I didn't know anything about it because I didn't go to McGuire's prior to that. And he's like, well, I got a show January the 27th, 2018 at McGuire's. And I was like, well, give me a few minutes. And so he texted me back like, all right. He's like, just help me promote this show. I'll give you a few minutes. And so I went and I did a show and Gucci Belt. I did a show and it's entitled Gucci Belt. It was my first show ever. It's actually on YouTube. If you follow me at YouTube at Rich Ones ENT and look for Gucci Belt, I got like 11 videos on there.
Okay.
So my first show that I ever performed is captured. You see me at McGuire's performing Gucci Belt. I had the crowd dying.
Sweet.
And I killed it. And just after that, I was hooked.
Oh, yeah.
But, the Gucci Belt is like a LeBron James. It's like a Kobe Bryant. It's like that once in a lifetime. I'm not saying I'll never write another Gucci Belt. But, I haven't. I still get my laughs. But just to me, Gucci Belt just my first show ever, and it was just so good, and you could just hear the people, black and white, because you have to know your audiences, and to get both audiences, minorities and white Americans, everybody's in there, dying with laughter. It's just hard to do. It's hard to get a LeBron James type of set every time.
It's impressive. You killed it on your first show.
Yeah.
It's captured. There's no
proof.
Canned laughter. No canned laughter. They captured this on a good phone. You can see me. You can hear it. It's on YouTube. Rich Ones ENT. Go to Rich Ones ENT on YouTube. Type in Gucci Belt. It'll pop up.
Okay. So a lot of comedians, I think, I do watch comedy shows on Netflix and stuff.
Yeah.
But they have like a set. Your act. There we go. Okay. So you have like an act. And how many times do you perform that act?
The set?
Because like the set.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will perform that a couple times at different places.
If it's good, if it's funny, it's funny.
Yeah. So will you perform Gucci Belt a couple more times?
Oh, yeah. I haven't performed it since then.
Okay.
But if it's funny, it's funny. If that's the thing that I learned in comedy. When people go on tour, they perform, the same set every night. So if you got a 30 show tour, you're performing that same set every night. But the way that you build the material for that tour is doing open mics. Even the greats do open mics. Chris Tucker will go and he'll come to the Laugh and Skull Lounge in Atlanta, or they'll go to the Helium, or they'll go somewhere and they'll just pop up. And of course, because of who they are, they're going to get minutes. But they'll just come out there and they'll try new material and see what the crowd thinks. Okay, that was a good joke. I'll use that. And then once they get 30 to 45 minutes or however long they plan to do on their tour, they'll do that that selection of jokes for 30 shows. So yeah, you perform. I could perform Gucci Belt. I could perform it to people who have heard it again. Because like I say, once it's funny. It's funny. It's proven to be funny. It's funny, yeah.
So what is your plan if somebody doesn't laugh? What are you going to do?
You got to keep going. Because everybody bombs out.
Yeah.
I don't care who you, I've bombed out.
Yeah.
You have to know your audience. You can't go to... And I just want to be real careful in what I say. You can't go. Let's just use religion, and I won't specify any religions. But you can't go to this religion cracking jokes about this religion, or cracking jokes about their religion. You have to know your audience. I'm trying to give you a great example. You don't want to go to a Lakers audience and crack a joke about how great Boston is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to know your audience, and just sometimes you'll go to a place and you'll go into that place blindly, and you just sometimes you don't get the laughter, but you have to keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
You have to keep going. Sometimes it'll be quiet as crickets. But you have to go. You can't walk off the stage. You can't drop your mic. You can't get mad. You can't curse the crowd out. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? You have to know your audience. But, the more shows you do, the better you get. You walk into this place. You walk into that place. Okay, I got this demographic. I got these people. I'll use this set of jokes. Yeah, so that's how you get better at it.
Okay.
I can't believe you killed it on your first show.
Killed it. I can't believe it.
Most people would be like, well, it's only uphill from here. And you're like, man, I should retire.
And actually, one of my friends that I was telling you about, Mark Hamilton, he was there. And there was a little mic problem. So you know how the mic goes. So I was paying attention to them trying to fix the mic. And he thought, oh, man. he's going to get nervous, But I just went into that, and it starts off, I got dumped 2 days before Christmas, and I did get dumped 2 days before Christmas. That's where the joke originates from, and for Christmas, I wanted a Gucci belt. You know what I mean? Now, Gucci belt is something that all the rappers wear.
Yeah.
And you know how you suggest things right before Christmas or your birthday.
Little hints.
So I was throwing things out there. So I happened to be in the mall and my pants fall down. If I had a Gucci belt, my pants wouldn't be falling down. And they were just cracking up. And I gave like 5 scenarios where if I had a Gucci belt, I wouldn't have these problems. But I'm telling my girl, like, I want a Gucci belt. You know what I mean? So, you gotta go see this show on YouTube at Rich Ones ENT. It's a classic. Everybody told me that, like, it ranks right up there with a Richard Pryor classic set. Because, like I say, it is. And I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest critic, and I judged it, and I'm like, yeah, that is, it's a classic. And it came out of Centralia, Illinois. It is a classic.
I think a lot of comedians get asked this, but where do you find you get your material or your inspiration from?
You have to write down everything that you laugh about throughout the day and then expand on it. Me personally, I don't do black humor. I don't make fun of people dying. I don't make fun of, sometimes you get those people that just go too far.
Suicide.
Yeah. Those types of things, you'll never hear that from Rich Ones. And I'll never support a comedian. Like if I hear a comedian telling those types of jokes and I got something to do with it, so I'm grabbing the mic, you out of here. That type of stuff isn't me, but just everyday life, the funny things you see, the funny things you hear, I'm always in my head writing jokes, being funny, thinking about my next skit that I'm going to put on YouTube or put on my Facebook page. And so a lot of people may think, creative people are just like that. Creative people we're always in our heads creating. I don't know if you guys are.
He is.
See, and they think we're crazy, don't they? Like you could be talking to somebody and you don't mean to be rude, you don't mean to be disrespectful. You're there and they're talking to you, but
hold that thought, Rachel. I got to write this down.
You got to write it down, So yeah, that's how I get my jokes. Things that I remember, things from my past, friends, things that I went through, in your everyday life. That's where your jokes come from,
Because people love to relate. People love to relate to you.
Absolutely. People want to relate, and if they can relate, that's what people really enjoy. You could talk about how if you have a church audience, you could talk about how sister so and so always falls asleep on the front row pew and she's snoring so loud that you can hear her. You can't hear the preacher, and he's giving his best sermon, but she's snoring so loud that you can't. Those types of things. Because it's true.
Yeah.
And then you just expand on it, and she fell over and her wig fell off, or whatever, what I'm saying? We didn't know she had a wig. We thought that was her hair, So it's just silly little things like that, that you may have really experienced, that you write on.
I've always wondered how much comedians embellish on a story, like the seed of it actually happened to them or happened to their friend. But then as the story goes on and it gets crazier and funnier, I'm kind of like, did it really happen that way?
The embellishment is the best part. That's the fun part. Because it's your story. We're like oral authors. And we're just embellishing the story. Like I say, Gucci belt is true. I didn't necessarily want the Gucci belt, but I got dumped 2 days before Christmas. Really, this is true. 2017, I got dumped 2 days before Christmas, and
that's cold.
Yeah, and I tell the joke, and once people go listen to it, I say I wasn't so mad about the intimacy and the love I lost out on. I wanted the presents. I wanted those presents. And so that's where the joke came in. But all comedians embellish, things. I think Richard Pryor was probably one of the comedians who most told the truth, because he really got personal about his life. I think a lot of those stories about Richard Pryor, really, because, he really got set on fire. He really caught himself on fire, and things like that. And he would just get up there and talk about it. And it was hilarious the way he talked about it, So I think he's like one of the most honest comedians, that ever lived.
Okay, so we're here today talking about the comedy show coming to the Centralia Cultural Society on February 9th. Let's go over that again. where we can get information and time and place.
February the 9th, the Centralia Cultural Society here in Centralia, Illinois. I think the actual address is 1250 East Rexford. If you don't know what Centralia Cultural Society is, you could Google it, or you could it's right across from the hospital here in Centralia on Rexford Street. I'll be hosting. My name is Rich Wands. I'm a local entertainer here from Centralia, Illinois. The show will be featuring Ms. Purdy B, Precious J. Dorsey, as well as my headliner, Tommy Dangerfield. These are all great comedians. Come out, have a great time. There will be a pre-show. Please come out and support the youth. There will be a pre-show where some music artists will have the opportunity to showcase their musical talents. I'd appreciate everybody coming out and supporting them and giving them the opportunity to perform in front of a crowd. But yeah, February the 9th, Grown and Silly. Rich Ones, myself, will be hosting it. This will be put on by my business, Rich Ones Entertainment. My second show. Help me sell it out, Centralia. Help me sell it out surrounding areas, Salem, Carlisle, Mount Vernon, wherever you're listening at. Help me sell this show out. There's approximately 300 tickets available. Help me sell this show out.
All right, Rich Ones.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for supporting Rich Ones Entertainment. Thank you for bringing me in. I really, really appreciate it. If I could just plug my Facebook page, Finna Be Rich, my other Facebook page, Rich Ones. Also have a website, www.richonesent.com. That's RICHONESENT.com. And you can follow me on Instagram at ones.rich. That's ones.rich. And you can follow me on YouTube as well at Rich Ones ENT. I am hilarious. Check out my skits on YouTube. I spoofed R. Kelly's Surviving R. Kelly interview. I spoofed it. I did not deal with sexual abuse. That is not funny. I just spoofed the title. I spoofed the title. I didn't touch sexual abuse or anything. That's not funny. I would never make jokes about that. But go see the R. Kelly. It's called Surviving R1s.
There you go.
Instead of Surviving R. Kelly, it's Surviving R1s. So I got a lot of skits on there, a lot of jokes. I think people that really enjoy my YouTube channel.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
All right.
And we can't wait to have you back again.
All right. Thank you.
You're listening to Centralia on Air with Shane and Rachel. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Shane and Rachel here. You're listening to Centralia on Air. Rachel, how you doing? How you been, girl? What you been up to? How's Mr. Fluffy?
Yeah, he is fluffy. Callaway.
No, I'm talking about your husband.
Oh, my husband. Callaway's good. Husband's good.
They're both fluffy.
Everybody's fluffy. Everybody's fluffy right now. It's winter.
Yeah, right. It got cold.
Oh, man.
It got real cold.
Yeah.
Like single-digit cold.
Yeah, that's cold.
Like leave your faucet running in the night cold. Or you
Yeah.
get a burst pipe cold.
Yeah, you know all about that life.
Last year, man. My first burst pipe.
How was that?
Dude. I had to crawl under the house with all the spiders and the bugs. The hoppy bugs.
Ugh.
Is that what you call them, hoppy bugs?
I don't know.
Do you know what these... they're like the really scary looking
Yeah.
grasshopper cricket looking
Yeah.
things. What are those officially?
I don't know.
My family calls them hoppy bugs. I was unfamiliar with them until I moved to Illinois. I don't think they're in Indiana. They're like grasshoppers that want to kill you.
Yeah.
They jump at you. Most things will jump away from you.
Yeah, they're scared of you, not these.
No. They're like been taking steroids. They got like knives taped to their hands.
Oh my gosh.
They're ready for blood.
What'd you have to do to fix this burst pipe last year?
Well, praise God for father-in-laws.
Yeah?
I'll tell you that much. We crawled up under there.
You and your father-in-law?
Yes. Muddy mess, right? Because it's a dirt floor.
Yeah.
And water's been leaking for a couple days. So you're just trekking through mud. It's like, you know those scenes where you watch Army guys going through boot camp, crawling under the barbed wire
Yeah.
in the mud? Just like that, minus the barbed wire.
And you don't like mud.
Have I said
Or
that?
dirt.
I'm a very clean person.
Very clean person.
Okay, but yeah, getting up underneath there, You got to turn the water off, of course, which I had to have the city come do. It's not like accessible for me. It's buried in the ground.
Yep.
Not cool. I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
But this cold.
Yeah.
It's got me like seriously questioning why I live here. Like questioning my life choices that got me to this point.
A lot of people question that this time of the year. You're not the only one.
What am I doing living in the Midwest?
I mean, people, can you imagine what people feel like who have moved to Illinois from Florida or California or Texas or somewhere warm?
I feel like
right
their IQ dropped about 100 points.
Yeah.
I was born in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm going to die in Florida.
Bundle up and stay warm, I guess. Stay inside. This is when people get out the most, though, and that's what I don't understand. Restaurants are busy, bars are busy.
Something about the cold makes people not want to cook.
I know. They want to just get out and eat.
Go up and fill up their gut. Warm up a little bit.
Speaking of winter and cold, guess what? Hashtag
Wednesday Wonders.
Guess what? Hashtag
Wednesday Wonders.
Okay. Guess what hashtag Wednesday Wonders was about?
Well, I think it was about winter.
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, do you like winter?
That was the question.
Yeah.
Woo! Where do you get these, Rachel?
I don't know.
Do you like winter?
Some people do. Most said no.
I've decided I don't.
Okay, do you like snow?
Who doesn't like snow?
I know, because it's pretty.
That first snowfall of the year.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty. Another question. Do you warm up your car in the morning?
Ha!
I didn't look and see what you voted this week, so it's a surprise.
Well, I'll tell you what I voted.
Okay.
No. A big no. You know why?
Why?
Because when I bought a house a few years ago, I had one requirement. Attached garage.
Yeah.
Attached two-car garage.
Okay.
So I don't have to warm up my car, scrape off the ice, freeze for 15 minutes, and by just about the time it's heating up, I'm at work.
Guess what?
So no.
That was my requirement, too, when we bought a house.
Yeah.
And then guess what?
How's that going?
Yeah, my husband filled up the garage with crap.
Oh, that's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah.
I see these vehicles, these nice vehicles parked outside.
I don't have a nice vehicle, but...
Parked right in front of garages.
Yeah, me. That's me.
You got too much stuff.
Yeah, I need...
Too much junk in your trunk.
I need to declutter.
Too much stuff in your fluff.
Okay. Yeah, I need to declutter. There's a Netflix show right now about that.
Oh, I know. I know all about it. She's weird.
I haven't watched her yet,
Oh.
but I came across it. Yeah, I need to declutter because I'm one of those. This morning, I have a garage and I'm out there warming up my car, scraping the windshield. Can't find my scraper right now, of course. Think I left it in my husband's truck. And I'm out there with a credit card.
Oh, my gosh. Rachel.
Just kidding. I don't own a credit card, but a card.
A Walmart gift card.
Starbucks.
Oh, we got those for Christmas. Thank you, Withers.
Anyways, yeah.
My wife recently joined a support group.
Support group.
A Facebook group.
To be married with you. To you.
Oh, shush. A Facebook group. Hashtag declutter like a mother.
Oh.
30-day challenge.
Okay.
30 minutes a day. The lady in charge tells you what areas to focus on. Nothing related to this Netflix show.
Okay.
So, declutter like a mother.
I want to do
Look
that.
it up. Not to be confused with declutter like a mother.
You can't say that.
I didn't.
Ugh. Okay, so how's it going? How's the declutter going?
Oh my gosh, we've gotten rid of so much stuff.
Of course, you're loving every minute of it.
I help.
Because you keep nothing. You throw everything away.
Hey, listen, here's a tip for you. If you're having a hard time letting go of like mementos or like stupid old 5th grade A+ papers or something like that, take a picture of it so you'll always remember it. And then chuck that thing. You don't need it anymore.
So have you been taking lots of pictures?
Lots of pictures. I'll never forget.
So, and then you print them all out and make an album.
No, that's your thing.
Oh, okay. So, are you decluttering closets, bedrooms? Do you have a junk drawer?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
I've got like a plastic tote shelf thing.
Yeah.
File cabinet. I'd consider that whole thing junk drawer.
Okay.
Organized junk.
Organized junk.
There's a battery junk drawer.
Yeah?
There's a drawer full of all things that stick other things together. Tape, tacks, glue.
Oh, my.
Double-sided tape. Whoa, duct tape.
Oh,
It's
my.
all junk.
Okay. So, are you decluttering that junk drawer?
Hey, it hasn't been on the challenge yet.
Okay. So, what's been on the challenge? Tell us.
Closets.
Okay.
This is interesting. Very first day, first challenge, start in your bathroom.
Oh.
You know why?
Why?
You have very little sentimental value to anything in the bathroom,
Yeah.
which makes it much easier to part with things, which starts you off feeling good about this. I can do this, sets you up for success. Unlike this Netflix show, she started with like your clothes or something. A, daunting as heck, right?
Yeah.
Going through your clothes and trying to get rid of them. B, that's the worst place. Like, you've been hanging on to these clothes for some dumb reason for years, right?
I mean, like, since high school.
You got your Camp Out Summer 2008 hoodies. Oh, this Netflix lady,
Yeah.
also does crazy stuff like makes you thank the object or article of clothing. You have to hold on to it, thank it for its service before you get rid of it and pass it on. She's got you talking to shirts.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Psycho. Do, 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 do.
Thank you for letting me wear you
Thank you for
in
the years of
2007
service.
on Valentine's Day.
Thank you for that lucky night. You gone.
See ya.
Okay,
Wow.
was that all the...
That's crazy. We just went like 20 minutes talking about crap. Literally.
Crap,
Yeah.
get it out of your house. Was that
Okay.
all the wondering we did?
And we did.
Do you like winter?
Okay.
I can't wait till March or April. I wonder what that one will be about. Do you like spring?
I don't remember the rest of the Wednesday Wonders, all right?
That's okay.
We just went on a rant about decluttering, so maybe that'll be next week.
Hello. I'm liking that.
Just kidding. Next week, food.
Ooh.
Oh, I can't say. Can you beep that out?
What kind of food?
Food.
Rachel, you mean not food.
The big game.
The big game food.
Yeah.
That sounds like a deer. We caught a buffalo. So, we were not on top of our game. In the
Last Sunday.
Yeah, in the last week or two. Usually, with an upcoming holiday, we try to do a little top five things you didn't know
Yeah.
about said holiday. We missed Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah. 3-day weekend. Everybody was off on Monday. And we
Well.
missed it.
Most people.
Not us, but your wife
Lucky duck.
and my mom.
Okay, so, Rach,
Yeah.
you threw together a little top five, huh?
Yeah, top 5 things. Maybe you didn't know, maybe you knew about
About?
Martin Luther King Jr.
All right.
Yeah. So the first one.
Wait.
What?
Insert theme song here.
Okay. The first one. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't become the leader of the civil rights movement. He started it. After Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus, King led the first nonviolent civil rights demonstrations in the United States in 1955. The bus boycott lasted 382 days until the United States Supreme Court ruled that the laws segregating buses were unconstitutional.
382 days.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think the old government shutdown's going to last that long?
I hope not.
Yeah. I watched a pretty funny Key and Peele Comedy Central video last night.
Yeah.
about Martin Luther King.
Okay.
They made a joke about, so you know the infamous Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream speech.
Yeah.
Which we will talk about here in a second.
Yeah.
They made a joke of, what if you had to be the guy just to talk after that one? What if your turn to give a speech was right after one of the greatest speeches in the history of America?
That'd be awful.
Yeah.
You just kind of be like, here's my speech, I'm going to sit down now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was funny. Anyways, here's number 2 thing you might not have known. In his effort to fight segregation and inequality, King traveled more than 6 million miles and spoke more than 2,500 times. He said, "I cannot sit idly by in Atlanta and not be concerned about what happens in Birmingham. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Well said.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so number 3, he was also a preacher and a dad. In his I Have a Dream speech, he gave them a shout out and said, "I have a dream my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character."
Number 4, there are over 900 streets in the United States named after Martin Luther King Jr., even one here in Centralia. And 77 schools have his name, too.
Did you know this?
Here in Centralia?
No, just 900 streets and 77 schools.
I had no idea. I knew it was more than a couple.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number 5.
Hold on, you have a street named after you, don't you?
Yeah,
Isn't there a Roddy Road somewhere?
there is in Salem.
Wow.
Cool, huh?
Yeah.
Grandpa's cousin or something? I have no idea.
Grandpa's cousin's
Yeah.
nephew.
Something.
Do you like winter?
Stop. Okay. Anyways, number 5. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested 29 times. He was even thrown in jail for going 5 miles over the speed limit. I did that this morning.
And you didn't get thrown in jail?
No.
Well, I guess times are changing.
Yeah.
Number 6, Rachel,
Whoops.
this is a top 5.
Well,
Do you know how many points are in a top 5? Not 6. Number 6, he was the youngest person at the time to receive a Nobel Peace Prize. He was only 35 years old.
and his award that he received, like $54,000, and he gave a lot of it to charity. To
Oh, you
different
get
charities.
money when you get a Nobel Peace or a Nobel Prize?
I didn't know that.
I think so.
He did.
And he gave most of it away.
Yeah, to charity, which $54,000, that
Back
had
then?
to be, like, back then.
Yeah.
I think it was 1956. But I mean, that's a lot of money today. I can't even imagine back then.
Yeah, that sounds like a real King thing to do. That sounds like him.
Yep. Okay, number 7.
Of the top 5, my gosh.
He started college at the young age of 15.
Whoa.
I know. And received 20 honorary degrees from colleges and universities.
I tell you what, most of them better been from the English department. You don't write a speech like I Have a Dream and
Yeah.
not get an honorary English degree.
Right. Okay, and one of his famous quotes, which I really like, is, "The time is always right to do what is right."
Yep, I love that.
Shane and Rachel here. You're listening to Centralia on Air. Here's a look at the community calendar. The Centralia Cultural Society presents Grown and Silly Comedy Show on Saturday, February 9th at 7. $15 in advance or $20 at the door. For more information, check out centraliaarts.com.
Join the Marion County YMCA for Chicken Dinner Sunday at the Salem Elks Lodge on Sunday, February 10th. Adults will be $12 and children 7 through 12, $6, and kids 6 and under are free.
Daddy-Daughter Dance on Saturday, February 16th, starting at 6. It will be $25 per couple, $10 each additional child. Call the Mount Vernon Parks and Recreation Office for ticket information at 242-6890.
Centralia's Home and Garden Business Expo will be held at the Centralia Rec Complex on Saturday, February 16th and Sunday, February 17th.
The Centralia Cultural Society is hosting a murder mystery dinner theater on March 1st, 2nd, 8th, and 9th. Dinner at 6:30 and show at 8. Check out centraliaarts.com.
A Senior Day bus trip on March 10th, leaving from Centralia to go spend the day at the casino. Only $25 per person. RSVP by February 4th by contacting Gina Jolliffe at 267-4807.
And a look at your local area blood drives. Wednesday, January 30th at Blueford Elementary from 2 to 6. Thursday, January 31st at Mount Vernon High School from 12 to 4. Thursday, January 31st at Kaskaskia College Salem Education Center from 12 to 4. And that's a look at your community calendar on X95 in the Big 1210. You can hear Shane and I every Sunday at 11 for more things going on in the area. If you have an event you would like to share with us, you can call, email, or stop by. For more information about these events and others, check out our website at x95radio.com.
That's it for this week. If you'd like to comment on anything, hit us up on all the social things at X95 Radio. If you like what you heard today, come back next Sunday at 11 on X95 in the Big 1210. You can also find past shows on YouTube.
And for our X95 listeners, be sure to check out Open House Party tonight starting at 6 and Slow Jam starting at 11.
Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, she's Rachel Roddy.
And he's Shane Lothar.
And this was Centralia On Air.